Okay, I'm going to do two things in this video. I'm going to talk to you about how to become a dog trainer because a lot of people have asked about that. And I'm going to show you how to teach a bunch of dogs to wait at a door and then be released out of the door. So if you have a multi-dog household or you work at a doggy daycare, this is going to help you. So we're going to start with the door thing, then get into how to become a good dog trainer, not just a dog trainer. You want to become a dog trainer, go to a dog training school. There's a bunch of them out there online, and become a dog trainer. You want to be a good dog trainer, a great dog trainer, that's completely different. Okay, so we have a bunch of dogs, they want to get out. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to go up to the door. You are going to block the door. The door opening is not the release to fly out of a door. Everyone needs to know that, even you guys with one dog at home. The cue to go out the door is your verbal cue. It is not the door opening or your body moving. It is a release out the door. We need a unique release because you only want one dog to go at a time. So you're going to say the name and then a new cue. Let's say go. Okay, so that's Brumley. I'm going to say Brumley. I'm going to make eye contact and point and say go. That is not a release for the other dogs. If I was to get to the door and go, okay, that's a more general release. They are all expected to go at that point. So here we go. Get to the door. First thing you do is block the door. You can throw in a stay or a wait or whatever you want or a hand signal. I'm going to say stay. Watch me. I'm instantly blocking the door. That's the first step. It is not giving cues. The first step is the block. They cannot go. Are they creeping? Yeah, they're a bunch of creepers, these dudes. Wait. Stay. I don't really care. Guapo. Bodie. Go. Bodie, go. See how I caught Prince? Prince, go. Connery gets pushed back because Connery is a bull. Okay, you're going to watch this now. Connery is like, I'm going to come late and just go there. This guy's been waiting patiently. Connery just decided to bull his way through. Brumley, go. Luna, go. Luna, go. Charlie, okay, Charlie, not you. Charlie, I know, buddy, I know. That's how you train cues. Okay, Connery. Moana, okay. The main thing in there was not the cue. Don't get caught up on the cue. The main thing in there was the block. The release, it's an open door. They chose to stay. They all chose to stay. Then I one by one released them. Connery was over here, and then he's like, I feel like going, while a bunch of dogs have been waiting patiently. Then it was like a little weird battle because he's so big. He's over 100 pounds. I kind of pushed him back, and then there's water in the way, but I had to kind of push him back over here. Now, how you push a big dog like that, guys, is you take your fingers like this, okay? Like this, stiff fingers, and you move them at the neck area. I've never made a video about this. I should. This is the video I'm making. And you move them at the neck area. You don't push them. Grabbing their collar was impossible right there. It's a push at the area where you can push them. Sometimes when it's like to the side, Connery, come here. Good boy. I know. Then you want to take and you want to go right under this bone, this jawbone, and you move them like this. He's too big of a dog to move like this. Or like you want to this right here or this right here. This is how a dog is moved. It's like the leash correction. It's down and to the side. Moving him is also to the side. Pushing a dog backwards, oh my gosh. He's a beast. This guy's a beast. Does that make sense? Block the door, release yourself. When they go, block them. You saw me block Charlie. You also saw me block Prince. Now, Prince was flying out the door. I literally had to just grab his nose. I didn't grab him hard. It was just to stop him. Then I pushed him back. Then he stayed. Then I released. It's a whole dance. Now, that's going to flow into how to become a dog trainer. How do I get good at that? And that wasn't even like unbelievably special. The special part of what you just saw was how I touched Prince. The special part of what you just saw was how I touched Connery. Those touching the dogs in the right way, that was the special part. And that's going to get us into how to become a dog trainer. So a lot of people in the comments ask about this. Here's my list. Number one, get around a bunch of dogs. You want to be me, you want to be Cesar Millan. The difference between me, Cesar Millan, and some other dog trainers is dog numbers. It's just numbers of dogs. I didn't plan to be like this. I never set out to, there was just something organic that happened with a board and train program that you end up with 10 dogs here all the time. After a couple years, it's 10, all the time. And I'm just sitting here out here with dogs going, I better figure out how to manage these dogs so people and these dogs don't get hurt. Get around a bunch of dogs. You have to be around them. You got to see them. You got to figure out what works and what doesn't work over and over and over again. That's how you're gonna, that's on number one on the list for a reason, getting around a bunch of dogs. Okay, number two is raise your dog from a puppy. I learned so much from raising Bosco, what I did right, what I did wrong, and then I could go into a client's house with that 4-month-old dog that is those teeth and acting like an alligator and jumping on them all day, because I went through it with my own dog. I didn't just go into people's homes and act like I knew what it's like raising a puppy. I knew what it's like raising a puppy. You don't have to raise 10 dogs. Raise one dog. When you want to become a dog trainer, get a dog sometime around that time so that you go through the whole process that your clients are going through. You're kind of, if you haven't done that and you're in people's homes and you're acting like you know what you're talking about, it's kind of a fraud. Like you got to go, it's like trying to help someone with kids when you don't have kids. It makes no sense. Having kids is such on another level that if you don't have kids, you have no idea what it's like. If you haven't raised a dog, you have no idea what raising a dog is like. Okay, so you got to get a puppy, raise it from a puppy. Don't go get a 1-year-old rescue. Get a puppy, get a rescue puppy. 8 weeks. You got to know those stages. How hard is potty training? How long does potty training really take? Okay, you got to know that stuff. Read and watch a lot. I read a lot of books when I started. I read Karen Pryor's Don't Shoot the Dog while I was in school. I read that Joel Silverman book, What Color is Your Dog? I read the Cesar Millan books. I read the positive reinforcement books. I read them all, and I had an open mind the whole time, okay? So you just have to read, get more information. It doesn't mean you're gonna use all positive reinforcement or you're gonna use all the Monks of New Skeet book. That's not gonna be your method, but you're gonna take from all of them. And watch a lot of YouTube videos, but you have to read. YouTube is not if you want to be a dog trainer, not a substitute for reading a book. There's still something about reading a book, okay? All right, start training your friends' dogs. Do it for free. You need to get your hands on leashes. Are you gonna do that while you're watching a bunch? Oh, by the way, how do you get around a bunch of dogs? Doggy daycare is the best. Go get a job at a doggy daycare. You are so ready to train dogs if you have worked at a doggy daycare for a year. How are you gonna get your 10,000 hours in? Malcolm Gladwell talks about 10,000 hours, then you're an expert. 10,000 hours? Do you know how long 10,000 hours is? A 40-hour-a-week job, it's years till you get your 10,000 hours. I haven't done the math. It's a long time. The only way you're gonna get your dog numbers is doggy daycare? Dog parks? I don't know, you're gonna go mill around at dog parks? You could. If you live rural and there's no doggy daycares to get a job at, it's tough to get those dog numbers up. Doggy daycare would be, or a trainer, or a place that has a bunch of dogs, okay? Something like that. That's the key. That's the key. You're gonna eventually end up like Cesar Millan or myself if you worked at a doggy daycare. I'm the trainer for a bunch of doggy daycares. And I tell the employees, I go, you guys are doing awesome. Because they have to do awesome because the stakes are too high if they're not awesome. And so they just eventually become awesome. It's just what happens. It's weird. Okay. Start training your friends' dogs. That's the leash. If you work at that doggy daycare, by the way, be the volunteer guy who walks all the dogs out to the customers and work on your loose leash walking skills at that point and walks the dogs back to the yard. That's where you're gonna get your loose leash walking numbers up. You gotta get these numbers up. How are you gonna do that? That way, and then you're gonna get your numbers up by training friends' dogs. Maybe for free, maybe you charge them, whatever. You need numbers. You need numbers of dogs playing and you managing that, then you need training numbers. How are you gonna get those training numbers? You're gonna start charging people and you don't have your numbers up? You're not that good? You could, that's how a lot of people start, but you gotta be kind of good when you start. Okay, building a website, social media, That's down the road when you're better. You know, you could probably skip the website. Hey, by the way, social media, I see a lot of Instagram pages, and I'm guilty of this sometimes. People don't want pictures of dogs as much as you think. It's enough with just the pictures of dogs. They want to see you. I don't do it enough, honestly, me and my staff, but I should more. They don't just want dogs. They want to see behind the scenes. They want to see you. They want to see you in action. Show your work on this social media, okay? They want to see you training. You're not going to get any clients from a picture of a cute little dog. They don't care. It's a cute picture. Doesn't mean you're a good dog trainer. A dog training Instagram has this stuff all the time, all over it. Just pictures of dogs. Okay, go anywhere. When I first started, I would drive anywhere. I did a free consultation anywhere. They would just drive to their house. They'll almost always choose you. If you're going over there for free to do a consultation, they'll choose you. I didn't charge gas mileage. I hired a trainer later on, and she was already a trainer when I hired her, and she charged gas to get to somebody's house. So it'd be, let's say, $700, and then she'd be like, and the gas fee is this. I get it. I would do it now. I wouldn't do it when I start. You need numbers. You need to be in people's homes. You want to really make money later on, you got to not make some money early on. You're not the greatest dog trainer in the world. They're not just happy to have you there because you're the greatest. Make it easy for them. Don't charge a bunch of money. Do a consultation for free, whatever. Okay? So that is how to become a dog trainer, in my opinion. It's a numbers game. That's the main thing. You got to do this stuff to become a great dog trainer. Good dog trainer is different. This is great dog trainer stuff. Okay? I can't tell you how big this is, how big this is. That's the two biggest things. Getting around a lot of dogs and then training a lot of dogs and raising your own dog. I bring up Bosco and Prince to my clients all the time. And I'm like, here's what I did with my dog. All the time. And here's what didn't work with my dog. I'm like, I haven't walked my dogs enough. I have this facility. I didn't go on enough walks with my dogs. Bosco especially would go on a walk and he'd be like, just like, we're on a walk. Oh my God, I'm so excited. That's because I didn't walk enough. So I'm in someone's home, I'm like, walk your dog a lot or your dog ain't gonna be good at walking. Okay, that's the video. Waiting at gates, how to become a good dog trainer. You guys, please subscribe to the channel. At any time you can unsubscribe. It takes 2 seconds to unsubscribe. But if you like the content, please hit that subscribe button. It would be awesome. I'll keep making these videos. Also, like and comment. Say anything you want in the comments. I'll try to get back to you. That's it.